Hello, everybody. This is Steve O'Reilly with SkinnyPost.com, and I am joined today with Jay Richardson, defensive end of the Oakland Raiders. How you doing today, Jay?
I'm doing great, man, and thanks for having me.
Hey, it's our pleasure to have you on the site today. Let's get started. We'll talk a little bit about your foundation. You have a charity, a foundation that you're a big part of, and let's talk a little bit about how you got started with that, and also dive into the nuts and bolts of it. Exactly what do you do with your foundation?
Okay, great. I really got started. My mother got me started. She really is a really passionate woman, and she kind of instilled that in me growing up, just about helping people. And that's always been, big in our family. We've always tried to help, other families and just do what we can for other people. And I know when I got to the NFL and I finally got drafted and got rolling, I got a season under my belt. She was like, okay, now that you're settled in, it's time for us to see what we can do, to give back. And let's just start with home base, Columbus, Ohio, where we're from. Let's see what we can do for the kids there. And she kind of asked me, what's important to you first and foremost as far as helping these kids out? Is it education? Is it football? Is it, what do you want to help the kids with? And my biggest thing was I wanted to be able to give young kids, particularly young males, and even more particularly young black males, especially in the inner city, I guess a chance to understand and realize that there's more options out there in life besides just pro sports. I mean, I think a lot of kids, and this is being, specifically young black boys, are brought up, I guess, thinking that, they can't make it in football, basketball, then they don't have a chance at a successful future. And I think, obviously that's not the case. And there's so many avenues and there's so many options out there, for you, to be successful. So that was kind of what we wanted to start with, and we started off, donating to other charities and doing what we can. And then we started our own foundation called the Jay Richardson Foundation. And, every year we have an annual kids camp, but it's not your typical kids camp. Most kids camps, obviously, athlete shows up. He has some other guys maybe show up. They go out on the field. They play some football. They teach them some technique points, and then they're out of there. Mine's a little bit different. Mine's more geared, towards the classroom. It's more geared towards career building. So what we did was we had a 2-day camp, and this is in Columbus, Ohio. No cleats, no shorts, no footballs in sight. We go inside, our venue, nice building that church let us use. We have a few different classroom settings set up. We get the kids in a large room. We kind of talk to them, give them an overview of what we're going to do for the next 2 days. And then we break them off into different groups. And each group, we have a different speaker in the room. And they're kind of like workshops. And, we had CEOs, we had doctors, we had accountants, we had a couple lawyers show up. We had former pro football players who have been successful in business. And we basically sit and do kind of a back and forth with the kids so that, it's fully interactive. They can give their opinions and they can talk about some things that they want to do in their life, off the field, goals that they might have. And then we kind of give them feedback on what they need to do to try to achieve these goals and how we can help them. And I think that, for the kids, was so valuable. At the end of the 2 days, I made the kids write a 1-page essay just explaining, what they learned, what they liked about the event, and what to change for next year. And all the kids said the same thing. They said, they love the fact that they could actually interact with the athlete and ask important questions and get feedback, because a lot of athletes, and this is not to knock anyone else's camp, but a lot of athletes just kind of show up, sign some autographs, and take off. And I didn't want it to be that way. I wanted it to be a situation where, they felt comfortable, coming up to me and asking me, whatever questions they wanted. And, that they didn't feel like, they couldn't approach me. So it was a really good, experience for us and the kids. And I got a lot out of it, too.
Right. Well, that's just awesome. I mean, when it comes to education and helping people, that's something that you can never take away from somebody, And,
Yeah.
and once they learn that and carry that on with them, I mean, that's something that'll stick with them for the rest of their lives, regardless of what happens in athletics and stuff. And, that's just awesome. Those are the kind of stories, that we at SkinnyPost.com like to promote. And guys like yourself, we want to show this side, to the everyday sports fan, because, they may see you as a defensive end, but they don't see the person behind that, that helmet and the good things you're doing. So kudos to you for doing that, and that's just spectacular. Let's talk a little bit about the Oakland Raiders now. You guys, 2010, I've heard a lot of guys now, players, pundits, all types of people telling me to watch out for the Raiders in 2010. They could be a surprise team. As you know, I mean, you've been on the team now. This is going to be your 4th year. So, you've been around, and you've kind of seen some of the bumps and bruises that have happened over the past couple years, but it's a very proud franchise. Why are people saying that, this could be a surprise year. What is it about this team that you have your finger on the pulse? What's going on out in Oakland?
Well, I mean, I guess you have to start with the obvious. I think the obvious reason people are starting to see us as a potential surprise breakout team is, our offseason moves. We made a lot of offseason moves in free agency. Obviously, we switched out quarterbacks, and we made some changes at that position. We made some changes on the defensive line. We got, a brand new batch of linebackers in, including a stud rookie. We got, got good wideouts. Got two good running backs. And I think on paper, you start to look at it and you go, man, these guys might be able to go out there and compete a little bit and contend. But that's not what excites me as much as what I see in that locker room and on that field in practice and in meetings every day. It's the men's approach to the game, the guys on this team. I mean, it's a completely different approach than I've seen in my 3 seasons here with the Oakland Raiders. And, when I first got here, everything seemed it just didn't seem as stable as it does now. And that's a testament to, Al Davis and obviously Coach Cable. Just deciding, finally to let's go ahead and shake things up and let's see if we can get this thing going in the right direction. And Coach Cable's done a wonderful job, kind of taking everybody out of their comfort zone off the field. We're in meetings and getting guys in situations where they have to interact more and they have to come together and bond more. And this is probably one of the tightest knit groups that I've ever been, with since I've been here.